spring from the Knitters are here. We have a change of venue today. We have traveled all the way north, not that far.
To the remote exotic location of Brecksville.
Well, it's quite exotic. I mean, she's got some amazing stuff in here. Quite a collection.
Cool.
And her backyard, like, borders on almost like the park.
Yeah.
Brecksville Reservation.
Yeah.
So, gorgeous sunny spring day here in Ohio. Finally, we had a taste of it about a week ago, and then it went straight back into snow, but that's normal. This is what we do in Ohio. We're fickle. And so we have 2 days of nice weather.
So as somebody on Facebook said, due to what do you call it? Supply chain
shortages.
issues. It was February snow that arrived in April.
Yes, yes, I saw that. I think I even shared that or something.
That pretty much summed up what we've been experiencing for sure.
That
But
actually makes sense.
last year, Mother's Day, we had a breakfast at church and we're sitting there and I look out the window and it is snowing in May on Mother's Day. So it still could possibly
It's Ohio.
snow. That's right.
It's Ohio.
So we haven't podcasted in quite a while. It was from Solder in March that we did. So this is episode 29. And if you don't already know, we are a knitting podcast. Sometimes we get together and just talk about what we're doing. And sometimes we actually go on location. So after we're done podcasting, we are going to kind of put our heads together and plan out the next few months and see if we can actually get back on the road again and head and visit people and... Yes. There's a new yarn shop close by now. Well, not close by, over in Oberlin. So we're looking forward to venturing out to that. It's called For You, an inclusive fiber community. So it's got some interesting posts. So I enjoy looking at those.
And we've got some new indie dyers that we can be interviewing and maybe a farm to go to.
The laundry list is long.
It is. So last time we got together and planned a year, COVID hit.
Yeah.
So we're really hoping that this year when we plan, it's just going to
Well,
be
we're not
a
going
great
to
year.
plan. We're going to plan to not make plans.
Okay.
Do you know
we'll
what that's
that.
from? That's from leap year. Plan. Let's make plans to not make plans.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, my brain just went there.
So we hope you all have been doing well and have some great projects going on the needles or finished, because I know we're looking forward to sharing. I've seen glimpses of what folks have got in their bags and I'm like, it's been forever since we've seen each other. So I can't wait to hear what all of these ladies have been up to in acquiring. Crystal may have quite a few acquisitions.
Not too bad.
Not too bad?
I've been moderately restrained.
Nice.
All right. I have not.
So let's do a quick rundown on what we're wearing. What do you have on?
This is the rocket tee.
I didn't realize that was the rocket tee.
Now, I didn't do it.
According to Allison.
Yeah, well,
Rocket Tea by Allison.
in her pattern you hold the 2 yarns together and then just 1 yarn and then 2 yarns, but I just did it separate yarns. So the lighter purplish.
This first has mohair.
Yes.
And one of the things that you're holding together is mohair.
The lighter purplish is actually wool pop, which I really liked. And the other one is a mountain color is called Twizzlefoot or Twizzle Feet.
And it's fingering?
No, DK.
DK.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
I need to feel you.
Yeah, and I really do like the wool pop.
I like the little
is the wool
detail.
pop?
So if I were going to do this again,
I
I wouldn't do the holes along the raglan. I just do a traditional make one right, make one left along the raglan. And it's all, what do you call this, I-cord bind off.
Okay, I was gonna say,
So-
did it roll but it's an I-card? It still rolls.
It still rolls. So, not my favorite thing in the world.
And Crystal was asking about,
Is the wool pop a relative of bamboo pop?
Yes, I'm
Company?
sorry, Universal
Okay.
Yarns.
Universal,
From
okay.
Longtail Knits. So,
Cool. Nice.
what do you got?
I'm wearing the Jewel by Whitney Terrell. It has 80s Radio by Chelsea Lux.
That's this stripe.
Yeah, the lighter color. And then the main body is Peruvian Blue. It's by Checkered Flag Fibers. I picked it up when we were down in Young's. I think it was the lady who wrote the book.
Dyes it with the
Kool-Aid. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And
wow, those colors really went well together.
of course, I
Nice.
panicked and thinking I need more yarn, which I did because the jewel kind of ends here and I wanted the longer sleeve. And I, of course, wanted the longer body. So I called her up and I'm
The
like,
Jewel by Jen.
yes. So is there any chance? And she's like, well, I don't have that anymore, but I can dye you up a lot. And I'm like, oh no. And so I was trying to figure out what to do. And while I was knitting, my needle snapped what I was using. I'm like, okay, it's a sign. I have to just let her do it. So because I cast this on back in January. So it's been sitting in the corner for a while. I still haven't gotten my needle yet, but it's on order. And so she dyed it up the first batch and she's like, nope, this isn't right. And she dyed it again. So she redipped it like 3 times and she's like, I'm just gonna send it to you, see how it works. And
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Talk about custom
I know.
making something.
Now
for you.
I did helical knit just in case.
Yeah.
And I noticed when I went to do the sleeves, because I had 2 skeins, I was doing 2 at a time. Either I was in a light part or just something funny, but when I was doing one of the sleeves, it was like this lighter color, whereas the other one was nice and bold. And I'm like, oh, no. So I had to, tear this back and I just did 1 sleeve at a time. But I think it turned out great. It's very comfortable.
Yeah.
It
So,
blends well with the lighter color.
Yeah, it does.
yeah. I always wanted something in the 80s radio and I just didn't know. And then when I saw this, I'm like, yep, that's what we're gonna do. And I was really nervous when I caked it up because these lighter colors aren't so pretty on the yarn, but
In a cake.
it's like the lines, which I got the yarn from Linden Wool that she has those little stripes of white in it, and it makes it look like stitches, but it's where the yarn didn't get dyed. And I'm like, oh no. And it's like my favorite part of the sweater is this unevenness.
Well,
so
and it's funny because those little spots are exactly the colors of the radio. This
80s
one.
radio. Yeah.
See what happens when you
Really
strive
works
for
out.
perfection.
It's meant to be artistic. All right, what about you?
I'm wearing Novelli, so I think this is. You said it was the first time you guys have seen me actually wearing.
I think so.
Well, it's DK, right, by
Yes,
Kate 100.
right.
It's heavy.
I thought it was fingering.
Oh, you're right.
Yes.
It is
It is.
fingering.
Oh.
It is fingering, but this down here,
Oh, because of the color
it's
work.
thicker
Yes.
than up here, and I want to love it, but I'm not in love with it, and it's because of this.
Maybe save it for winter and wear a turtleneck under it.
And it touches here, and I don't like that, and it's like hanging, so I have to wear a shirt under it, and
You
so
can always maybe go back.
while I love the yarn and
Probably
the
couldn't get your head
pattern,
in it.
yeah, I think I would not make it again. Just
No,
because
I
it's
wouldn't
not my
make mine
style.
again. No.
Yeah.
Now that I'm wearing it, I'm realizing it's just not me.
I don't knit boat necks if I can
Yeah.
help it.
And this is really,
I think my only boat neck is the Weekender.
I want to knit that.
I want to knit it,
It's
but
meant to
now
do.
I'm afraid because of how
Well,
this fits
the-
on my body.
The
I'm not
Weekender,
crazy
you
about
did
it.
the front narrower.
Okay.
This part, this
Yes.
rib part
Yes.
is shorter than on the back.
Let's see.
Nice.
Is there a front and back to that?
No, they're exactly the same, which is
Okay,
annoying
which
too.
is different on the
Because
weekend.
I don't know, the only way I would know what was front is because of the girls make dents. So that's how I know which one's the front and which is the back. Anyway, you got no sweater.
I got no
You're
knits
wearing
on.
flowers.
You're wearing flowers.
I'm wearing flowers.
Yeah. Very
Sunflowers.
Well, do you want to start with your finished
Yes.
objects?
My finished object? My finished object. I finally finished I finished it a while ago. Our New Year's Eve
Leftover.
Leftover
Yes, our New
City.
Year's Eve cast on the Leftover City.
And it's very pretty.
I
It is.
love those
I
colors.
changed it up a little bit because up in the top here where I was using the variegated with these colors, it just kind of became muddy. So I decided instead of only using this once, I used it a second time so that it would open up a little more. So worked out
I
well.
like it.
I like it.
I like how that green melts
Yes.
in with that gray.
Let's take it up.
Okay.
Give it a cameo here.
And it goes with what
It
you're
does
wearing.
go well.
Oh yeah, I could flip and put it. Yeah,
Yeah, you could.
Put it on.
There we go.
It'd be really,
But
really
like we
hot.
said, we're 4 hot girls sitting on a fireplace
Yeah.
here.
Somebody hasn't woven in her ends
You
yet.
know, though, about this whole weaving in the ends, I was watching one of Andrea Mowry's podcasts, and she always never weaves in her ends.
Oh.
Like, and doesn't trim them until after she's washed it and blocked it and worn it a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
And then
That's
she'll
what I'm
trim
doing.
them because she says they just kind of meld into place then. where they belong versus trimming them and having an end poke out the front.
That's what Crystal's
So
doing
Crystal's doing
That's
that
what I'm
method.
doing, yes.
I like to sew them in, but I don't cut them until
Yeah.
after I wash them.
Yeah, and which is kind of like what she does.
Thinking.
So see, you're following the trend.
There you go.
Yeah.
All
Trendy.
right.
Finished objects?
Yep.
I have a couple. Okay, I have 3. So I think I showed mine last time. I don't remember.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah, because we're
Yeah.
talking about the white ending.
Yeah. So, and then I made a couple of those hats for my mom and my dad with the ear flap hat. However, I made the exact same size I made my mom. My mom's fit great on my head. This one is a bit snug.
It does look smaller.
It looks a lot smaller.
And what yarn did you make for your mom versus that one?
My mom's was a big box store yarn, and this is Fiber for the People. Worsted.
Superwash versus non-superwash?
Superwash
Could be.
versus acrylic.
Oh, is this superwash
This is
then?
superwash.
Okay.
And the acrylic would stretch a bit
Yes.
more.
Yeah, so and this is very dense, where hers is not so much. But I've worn it hiking in the snow. It's great. And when I got too hot, all I did was take the brim and flip it up. And it had like a little beanie.
I know, I'm like, do it.
But my sister said, you know what that hat reminds me of? Because of the color and the ear flaps.
I can guess.
I think I do.
Old time football helmet.
That's what I was
And
thinking.
so she sent me a picture of it, and I'm like,
I was actually thinking the guy from Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Recreation?
No, the cartoony one. I don't remember what it's called.
Oh, South Park.
South Park. That's it.
Oh, yes!
Is it Kenny?
Kenny, yeah. So after I told my husband that, and I put my hat on, and we get ready to go out for a hike, he just stood there looking at me with this grin. I'm like,
Did he go, hut,
all
hut,
you can
hut?
see is football helmet now, right? And he's like, yeah, So as much
Put a
as I,
pom-pom on it.
yeah, well, as much as I like it, it's too small for me. I mean, it's doable.
Do you have any nephews?
I already sent them hats,
Oh, okay.
but like to put sunglasses on, it was really.
Did you give the name of the
tight.
hat?
This is the ear flap hat.
Like 18 something?
1860 or 1890s. I don't know.
1858 or 1958 or something like that?
It's, yeah.
It's a year
That was
and an ear flap
1898.
hat.
We're very helpful, aren't we?
So I have that one, and then I made another muscle burl hat.
Oh, jeez, I still haven't finished mine.
So I made this one. This is 100% wool. This is.
This is so much faster than the muscle burl.
It is because this is double. You basically are making
What,
two
that's
hats.
worsted?
This is worsted.
I think it's in pink,
I think
right?
it's blue sky fibers.
Yeah, I made the one for this, for Dick, out of the blue sky fibers. And then I wore it actually on a very cold day outside. And the wind still got through it.
The wind still gets through this.
Yeah.
I
Which
will
is- It's okay if
say
you're running, yeah, because you need to pull
I
off
made
too.
mine a little shorter, so less length before I started the decrease, because wearing my husband's, it's like a bit too big for me, but then it's too short to actually fold up the brim while wearing and have my ears be covered.
You realize we're giving all these reasons why people shouldn't knit?
No, I'm just saying.
I just love to knit.
I'm just saying that if you make it, just make it to the pattern length, because I tried
There's
to
a
cut
reason
it
for it.
back and I couldn't roll the brim. And I thought, oh, well, I'll never want to roll the brim. Well, when you're running or you're hiking, I wanted to roll the brim because I needed a little bit more around my ear for the warmth, but then I cut myself short by not making it long enough, so.
So make it according to
Super
So
great
make
color.
it to pattern.
Make it to pattern.
Are you done with your
I'm
post?
done. Yes.
Okay. The No Frills Cardigan by Petite Knits and Alpaca and Mohair. Squish, ladies, squish.
Thank you for my birthday present.
I wore it to church and
it's
the
so
little
long.
boy is sitting next to me and he's like,
Petting you.
you're so soft. Like better than saying you're squishy, because that's what they usually say to me.
Yeah.
But yes,
That
No
is
Frills
adorable.
Cardigan. It could have been
Put
longer.
it on so we can see how
Yeah.
Oh my
let me
gosh.
see.
Okay, hold on. Let me step out of camera for a second. But so I don't know, like,
Yes, I see you.
come back a little bit. Just gonna turn around. So the pockets.
You would want it longer.
Yeah,
I don't think you would want
originally
it longer.
it's like down to here.
Okay.
Like it's supposed to be that?
Yes, and so I read pattern notes. Learned that from Allison. And it said to find where you
So
want
is
your
this like a
pockets.
tube?
Yeah, it's like a sock.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're on hold, and then
Sock.
it's a sock. So you could do a sock.
Oh, so you
pocket.
put the stitches on hold.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just go back and forth, and then you Kitchener. Well, it was a different style of joining. It wasn't
Yes.
as different. I like
Yeah.
Kitchener now. I used to not
Yes.
like Kitchener.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so what is the yarn?
this is the alpaca, 100% alpaca that I got at Young's, and I don't have where I bought it. It just says alpaca. And
But
it's
if
called
you look
silver.
in the YouTube,
Yes.
the video from before, I think I took a photo or filmed her in that booth.
Because I
looking
want
at
to go
this.
back, and I'd love to go back next year and get it in like a khaki brown and make another
yeah.
one. But I paired it with the mohair so that would hold the shape. But I probably should have started the pockets a hair bit higher. But I started the pockets like a good inch or two before I was supposed to, because that's what they said in the pattern notes. Because if you go by what it says, like the
They're
pockets
too
were almost
far
too
down.
low. But
So
it's
I guess this is the
cozy.
one perk of being short.
Right.
You know what it
Is
does?
we
That
don't have
would-
to go as far.
Yeah. So, and I've worn it a lot, and it doesn't pill.
Who's
No,
the,
it's really
who's the
nice.
designer?
Petite knits, no
Petite
frills
knits.
cardigan.
Okay.
So
But I do want to know what the yarn is.
yeah, I
Because,
did.
I mean, alpaca normally stretches, but you're saying this hasn't stretched.
It hasn't. Did I pop the tag in here? Yeah. I feel like I have her number because I called her because it was like a 3 for deal, but I only bought the 2 and I'm like, oh gosh, I might want the 3rd. So I think I have her number somewhere. But yeah, so I've been wearing this, like
Very
I'm
nice.
loving that it's
Yes.
cold because I'm like, I
Yes.
get to wear it as much
I
as
really
I
like
can.
it.
Well,
So-
and she said she put the mohair
God,
with it
something-
What
to
is the
help it
weight
hold
of
the shape.
this?
Oh gosh. I think it was a DK.
Really?
Yes.
You're not holding it double?
And then I held it with mohair. No, it's
Okay.
single DK and mohair. But the other thing I experienced, because I am a loose knitter, is I was on size 4s.
I was to say,
for
what
the body.
size needle did you use? Because it looks like a big needle.
Or no, size 6 on this.
I mean, it looks like a heavy worsted.
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
Then I had to go down to a size 4 on the sleeves because I was knitting in the round.
Mm-hmm.
And what had happened, and I kept like sending them pictures, I'm like, look at my sleeves, it's the same needle. But because I'm knitting in the round, it was a little bit tighter.
Tighter.
And whereas this is knit and purl, back and
Mm-hmm.
forth. But I didn't have to add the band on. And it was a real cool construction on the neck to do the band. So it was like one and done.
And what's the
Add
pattern
it to
called?
our queue.
No Frills Cardigan by
Oh,
Petite Knit.
I thought you were just saying that.
Yeah,
I didn't
no.
realize that was the name of the cardigan.
No frills. So, and then okay, so back when everything started happening in the Ukraine, like I was just like, I didn't know what to do. And I went and bought yarn that was blue and yellow, and I'm like, what am I doing? But it's just like, I needed to constantly remember and pray and just like keep my mind on these people. So I didn't bring those, but I think I made a pair of socks and a hat for Dave that are yellow and blue. But it was like the time of the socks. So I made these called Trail. They're by Heidi and Lana. I don't know what the yarn is. I think it's just scraps. So I feel like it might be, I used this in my leftover city, so it might
Yes,
belong
and
to
so
one
did
of
I.
yours. So
No, I think it's yours.
I think it's yours.
okay, I didn't know. So, but these are called Trail. I loved the
Do they
heels.
stay on your heel?
They do. They do.
Okay.
And they even have like that little tiny bump like the old, like the little
Yeah.
socks have. But it's like it's
Keep
got a
it from
sweet little
sneaking
pattern
under
on the
your
toe and on
shoe.
the heel. So those are called Trail by Margaret from Heidi and Lana. And then I did 2 more pair of Turkish bed socks.
Okay.
And then I also did a pair, and this is the blue wool with the white. This is the linden wool by Lindsay that we met at Sauter.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
this one.
So,
So that's the blue yarn on both of those.
so
right?
when I started making this was also at the beginning of when everything started happening, and I wasn't paying attention. I was just going round and round and round, and then I'm like, okay, these are really long. So then I had to make the second one just as long. But yeah.
You were just happy to knit.
I was. So I kind of went to town on socks there for a while because
sure
I
did.
just couldn't focus on anything else. But yeah, linden wool. Yeah, I think that's all. But
The
the other
tallest
one,
tower.
the tallest tower is what that's called. Because I actually called her, the more I knit this, I'm like, I want a sweater out of this. I want a sweater. So I contacted her. I'm like, do you have more? And she's like, no. I'm like, are you going to do more? And she's like, no. Because I guess dyeing this to get that white spot isn't
challenging,
easy. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take this off.
Yes.
Why?
Because you're making me warm.
Excuse me. So I have, I think I told you before, I had this, I don't remember if I had this as a work in progress before, the J sweater. It's actually a free pattern, but I did the adaptation by Julia Smee. And
Oh, pretty.
so
Love that.
I put the little slit here, but other than that, I actually stuck to the pattern, except for Julia's adaptations of putting some on the sleeve and some on the bottom where you reverse the pattern.
I don't know if it's the pattern design or the color combination that I'm in
Okay.
love with, or
Yeah.
both.
So this is Millefiori is the green, and then the lighter green is actually Remix Light, which I was really
Barocco.
uncertain, pardon, Barocco Remix Light. I was really uncertain about using, but I have to say I loved it. It's nice and soft. And there we go.
JJ1. I really like it. Ooh, and it's softer
And
than I
the J
expected.
sweater is a free pattern.
JAY by
JAY.
Universal Yarns.
Well, the pattern itself,
Wait, you said
Yeah, I
it
guess-
didn't, it doesn't have the V-neck. Okay.
no,
The
I just, it's actually not even a real V, it's just a slit I put in there. Free pattern.
I really like this. What is the lighter blue again?
That is Barocco's
The
Remix Light.
Okay.
Oops,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, I think, yeah, there's just, I don't know if it came undone.
Must have caught on something, yeah. Okay, so let me grab my note here.
Wow. Yeah.
So this,
Wow, this is
That is
so me.
so this one is called True Romance. Has little eyelets at the neck and frilly bottom kind of thing. This,
Take your pattern, unless you need the notes.
I need the
Okay.
notes, is Ann B. Hansen.
Yeah.
And that's made out of Barocco quinoa.
Wow.
Nice.
It almost has a linen feel.
Yeah, I think it actually has some linen in it. I can't remember. And this last piece, although I haven't woven in the ends yet, is the powder wrap by Casa Pinka, but done in fingering from Created for You by Laura. I always want to say Karen. That I got at Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Oh, at Pittsburgh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And I have no idea how to wear it, but you know, that's okay.
The stitches are beautiful, the different patterns.
Yeah, I enjoyed the sampler type nature of
Yeah.
it. Because it's
How was
got
the
different
lace?
stitches.
I'm gonna have to make this.
Okay.
But you guys have to show me how to wear these.
Okay.
Okay, I am done with my finished objects.
Nice, nice.
Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful.
There's a lot.
Keep coming. Okay.
Oh, look, I got all my steps in.
All right, so ready for acquisitions down at your end?
Sure. Okay, let's see.
Or are we gonna do works in progress? Do we have whips before we do
I
acquisitions?
have whips.
Okay, yeah,
Do you have
sorry.
whips?
The only whip I have is the one you've already seen. It's the,
I only have a cast on, so that's not really a whip.
Okay, I have a quick whip.
I have 2 whips.
Well, I'm gonna do mine while she's digging, because
Okay.
mine's fast.
So I figured out a new acronym. Instead of WIP, Works in Progress, mine is gonna be a WIP, was a work in progress. And I ripped it out.
Oh, I have a couple of those too. I'll buy it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So I have a friend who is due in May, and I thought, oh, a garter stitch baby blanket. How easy, it's just garter stitch.
Garter stitch takes forever.
Have you learned nothing from me?
I know, but I just thought it's
I thought you
DK.
I
and-
crocheted when you did baby.
I
when you did
should
blankets.
have, but I've already committed. And this is a Pearl Soho
So
pattern.
you could just make it a new design where you do knitting from here, and then from here crochet, and then do
That's
the
a
end.
really good idea.
design element.
There you go.
So yeah, I mean it's fun because of the triangles or the wedges. It's called
Yeah.
colorful wedges. Now the ones on Pearl Soho are beautiful. It's like white with this like bright pink and sherbet
Pearl
orange and like
yeah.
it's just gorgeous. But the mom said that it's a little boy and it's grays, whites, and blues, and so I
like the colors.
yeah.
I really like the colors.
This is Knit Picks because I have a hard time finding DK yarn.
Knit Picks has lots.
They have a lot, so and it has to be non-woolly lover, kind of easy to
Washable,
care
yeah.
for.
Yeah.
So I just hope I get it done before the baby comes, but if
When's
not,
the baby due?
May 5th. I have year-end reports
Yeah, but
to
you're
write.
so
and-
speedy that you'll breeze right through it.
so it's gonna go blue, gray, and there's 5, so it's 3 blues, 2 grays. So I think I may just do 2 and 2 and like see what it looks like lengthwise, and if it looks like a blanket, not a square, then I will end it there. But if not,
Just
I will
don't
keep
tell.
going.
Just don't
tell
Yes.
anybody.
Don't tell Krista. Yeah.
I'm looking.
So-
I hear
The cat?
the kitty, but
I'll
I
be
don't
back.
see the kitty.
He's talking.
Yeah.
Like back
But
to back.
yeah, so nothing gets casted on till this is done, and then
So you're
after
being
that, it's-
monogamous?
Yes, because I have 26 year-end reports to do, and it's going to be, they're due May 13th, and I haven't even started.
Don't talk to me about year-end reports.
And then I
Month-end
have
reports.
my wish list of, I've got all these cardigans I want to do, and I've got the yarn, they're in bags, and I'm like, it's just going to be, I'm not going to
You know-
knit after this until summer, and then it's going to be all the knitting.
Let's talk about these wish lists, right? Like the wish list that I have, as I'm knitting one thing, like 60 things are popping in my mind, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna make that. And then I buy like all this yarn and then like time. Like
I know.
I'm working or there's yard work now and like grocery shopping and cleaning. Yeah, I don't do that. Laundry, I don't do that either. But like where do people find the time to complete all the things in their knitting queue that they actually want to complete?
I know, I get a day off work, and like that Friday night, because maybe I don't have to work Monday, I like get all my bags lined up of like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this, and I
And then
barely
life
get
happens.
this far
Yeah.
on one. For some reason, I get a free day, and I think I'm gonna knit 8 things.
Well, and I was watching a podcast where they were talking about, you know, she had lots of works in progress and never actually completed anything. So she switched to being a monogamous knitter where she just knit on the one thing until she's like, that's how you get sweaters knit. It's just do the one sweater. Okay, well, I can't do that because this one sweater is like, it's the simplest pattern. It's easy. It's a repeat that you can memorize, but it's taking forever. So Velocore, right? Andrea Mowry. Love it. Love the colors.
It's gorgeous.
Love the pattern.
Did we do a close-up of
No.
those
But
twisties?
it's just taking
This is
forever.
gorgeous. The
So
pictures didn't do it justice at all.
2 colors, right? And you're supposed to make sure that they're kind of contrasting. Well, I didn't do that. I'm not good at doing that.
So
So
I do it. I think I'm gonna drop 2 of the twisties after I hear you and just make them bigger in between.
Well, it's interesting because you're always working with 5 stitches, right? And you're doing the same thing over and over, but you do 2 rounds and you switch color, and you do 2
Yeah.
rounds and you switch color, and you repeat that until you get through the cycle, and then you add in a 3rd color, and then you go back. So it's just, while it's easy, it's taking forever. This is just the bottom. Like, seriously. I thought about adding sleeves. That thought has left. I think it might be a tank top on the top.
Or boob
Or
tube.
very
Or I'm
long
thinking that I
V-neck.
might just like cast it off and make it a cowl. Because it's so
It's
long.
summertime, just stop there and it
That's
be a
right.
halter top.
But I really want to see, I really want it. So I've been trying to only work on this at home when I'm in front of the TV. That's my home project.
Well, like they say, 30 minutes a day.
Right.
30 minutes a day.
So when I'm in the car, I'm working on another muscle girl hat. So this is the
Very pretty
yarn
color.
I got when we went to Yarnbyrds. So that's the yarn that was in the truck.
Oh, that's right. You guys, I didn't go,
Yes.
but they went down to Columbus.
Oh, pretty.
So this is the first, I got 2 different skeins that had kind of the same coloring. So I got this one in this green. And then once I get to the end, and I will do it to pattern length this time, I'm gonna switch to this like purple blue green.
So you've got to reverse the
The marled yarn.
Nice.
Okay.
I was wondering if I could have the patience to knit that long.
I don't have that great balance anymore.
All right, we're recording again?
Yeah.
And
So that was
Cedarbrook Farms.
Cedarbrook Farm Blue-Faced Leicester.
Yay.
100%.
I actually have a stain of that in purple tones.
Hand dyed in the USA. So see how it works. But those are my whips.
all right.
That was it.
All right.
I have a kind of combination whip acquisition, or I'm sorry, do you have something?
No.
Okay, so at
You have no whip?
solder.
Said she has a
Well,
cast
because I
on.
ripped it out.
No, Jen. Oh, you did.
Yeah, I already did mine. Yeah.
At solder, I bought from somebody else's stash and got rid of my own. And these two colors, which are in Rowan's Wool Silk DK, Cash Soft DK, which I've knit with before and is wonderful. These are discontinued colors, but there was quite a few there.
Yeah.
And what I'm planning on doing with it, excuse my rear end there, is something called Cameron. And it kind of reminds me of those square gloves that you've seen in like Threads magazine.
Are you gonna
Oh, yeah,
steek?
yeah.
No, there's no steeking.
Oh, okay.
And I have no problem with doing ferrule on reverse side. So, but I had about...
And reverse side?
Because it's
Yeah.
cardigan, knit and purl.
I had about 5 inches done when I realized I had made a mistake on the very first band. So it had to all come out. And it wasn't something I could fudge.
Oh.
So that's why it was
Because that first band is that
work in
geometric
progress.
pattern.
Yes. Yes.
At the bottom, yeah.
Yeah. And it would have screwed up the stitch count all the way up.
Is this
So
bottom up?
it is bottom up.
Okay. In
So-
pieces or?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
So
you
the
actually, you know, I mean, after you get it knit to the shoulders, you can seam the shoulders,
Sally
and then do
Okay.
to the sleeves and
So
around.
it's back and forth until armpits.
Yes.
And then you do the front panels and then the back.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
That's really pretty.
so we'll see.
She'll be done next
And
week.
yours are going to be cream and brown-ish?
Cream and, yeah.
So
copper.
where's going to be where?
Coppery?
Is the cream
Okay.
going to be the cream and the brown going to be the black?
Yep.
Okay.
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 Cool.
All right, that's me, I'm done.
Nice. All right.
Oh, except that I
Wait,
just
there's
got
more.
gifted. I just got
This
gifted.
is her acquisition.
Acquisition.
Crystal.
Now, Crystal
Needle keepers.
splurged on us. My
I
gosh.
did. It was phenomenal.
Like,
Yeah.
she must have gotten a bonus at work.
I was thinking that's probably
Wow.
it.
From Mark's, these really great little needle keepers that are going to keep the pairs of needles together, since I use a lot of
Just
straight needles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crystal.
You're welcome.
And the little lamb.
Oh, yeah.
Figurine
done.
lamb. Here it is.
Cute little lambs.
So cute.
Little spring lambs.
All right.
All right, what you got for your acquisition pile over there?
Okay.
Sitting on you.
So I belong to the Destination Yarn Erin Lane bag, so Destination Lane, and I've gotten a couple. This one is a worsted, and
That's
it's
like your
from
color.
Waitomo Glowworm Cave. So the bag matches.
Wow.
It's really pretty.
And she designs her own fabric, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because because it's this sheeples or
Yes.
what's the little sheep
How does
guy's
she have
name?
time to do all this?
She, I do believe, used to be a teacher, so she's
Okay.
got that ingenious creativity. Not that you have to be a teacher to be creative, but I did meet her once, and it's just like
And she's
just,
all organized,
Yeah.
I imagine.
Well, something
Time
I
organized.
cannot pronounce. I think it's either Japanese or Chinese, and the bag that went with it.
I can't help you either.
Yeah. Maybe our
It's
teacher can do
gorgeous.
that.
Maybe teacher can pronounce
No, I'm
it.
gonna go with the worldwide traveler down here. She might
Oh,
be
yeah.
able to.
No.
Yeah.
Yuan Guan?
I think
I
that
have no
sounds
idea.
good.
I'm thinking
I'll go with that.
Color is gorgeous.
Indonesian or something.
It's either Chinese or Japanese. I think it might be Chinese because the
Oh, the bag looks
the-
kind of Chinese-ish.
the Olympics were going on at the time that this came in.
Okay,
And
I'll
then
let you put
I've
those
gotten
back
this
together.
yarn. It's Cape Town, South Africa, and the bag should be on its way. I was hoping it would come before.
Oh, so
we
Very
came here.
do
pretty.
the yarns
The
typically
yarn comes
come
one
with the
month.
bag?
The yarn
Oh.
comes one month. The next month is a bag.
Okay.
Very
And
nice.
is this your second year? You've been-
Yes, this
How
is
many
my
bags
So
do you have
what are you
so
doing with all
far?
these bags?
Because you have at least 6, because you've done 1 year.
Right, yes. Some of them I use as project bags, some of them are waiting to be used as project bags, but the yarn fits in them nicely.
They're yarn storage bags.
They're yarn storage bags.
It keeps the
Yes.
moss away.
Yes. And they're so cute.
They are super cute.
Keep
I
the
love
cats
them.
out, right?
I love them. And then when we went to Yarnbyrds,
Yes, so 3 of us went to Yarnbyrds. Actually down, Yarnbyrd Truck, the Yarnbyrds Truck. We actually went down to her private studio. She has an Airbnb above it, and we went there for like a knit. It was for her birthday.
Yeah.
It's your
Yeah.
birthday.
And we
Yeah.
went down to celebrate and see the shop and did some shopping.
What is her name?
and Robin.
Robin.
And she hopes to eventually have the Airbnb more knitters than not knitters, but
Right.
now
Little
it's open to
retreat.
everybody.
So look forward to that for maybe a future retreat then.
Yes.
Yes.
We're thinking about it and trying to
if
plan that out.
If people do the B&B, the Airbnb, that she will open the shop to them as well, so they
So we
have
can come
knitting space.
downstairs
So you can
and
go
knit.
downstairs and have knitting space and everything. And there's a nice, she has a
What else
nice
could you
room with
want?
lots of yarn that's
Did you
not
just
on
see the
truck.
yarn that she had there? They're like dahlias. It looks like
Oh, I missed
dahlias, the colors. Oh my gosh, she got a big shipment of
So
them in.
I got a mystery bag.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that's right. Yeah, I forgot
And
about that.
so waiting to open it up, and I opened it up, and
Hello.
it is Mary Gavin yarns.
These are your colors.
And these are like my colors.
Oh my God.
And this one's even called surf, which is like, I just love, the beachy kind
Is it
of
like
thing.
sand and surf?
And this one is, I can't even read it. Just a second. Summer Spice. So, yes.
Let me show it off.
Yes. And it's
Wow.
DK, it's nice and squishy.
Any thoughts of what you might make with it?
Not a one.
The shawl? Tiffany Lynn shawl that we did that triangle one? I
yeah.
bet you that was
It is
cute.
nice and squishy.
Yeah.
Those are great.
I squished it.
Squishy.
The crinkle.
I think that's it though.
Nice. I've not heard of Mary Gavin.
I hadn't either. So,
Where's she from?
that's it.
That was it?
That's it.
That's me.
See, I told you I've been reserved.
This is inspired by the spires of Bryce Canyon.
Oh.
Oh.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Doesn't say where she's from.
Okay.
Well, I also bought things when I was there.
Hoodoo.
Is that? Oh no, you didn't.
I did. So I bought sock blockers because they were honey bees and honeycomb and yeah. So I got those. I also
I don't knit socks, but I would still want them.
I want them because they're decorative. And I got these 2 skeins of yarn off the truck when we were there. And I also got this.
I was gonna say that totally looks new. Love the bucket.
I got this.
When you say off the truck, it sounds like you bought stolen goods. It fell off the back of the truck.
So it has this little loop so that you can weave the handle through it,
I like this.
and it like cinches it up.
Oh, nice.
And so you can.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So it has pockets all on the outsides, and these are handmade. And pockets all on the inside, and I had to hide the tag.
Maybe it's good I wasn't there.
Yeah.
We would have had a replay.
Look how much it was. Yeah, but I had to have it, so. It's made in the U.S. by a local, I don't know if
That
it's
is
local, but
Gorgeous.
it's like perfect. It
I
it
have this
hangs
They had
on
different sizes of
different
it.
sizes.
I have this little wooden ball from like the 1936 Glasgow exhibition or something that you put your yarn in and then you can carry it so you can.
Oh, I think you showed that to
I feel
us.
like
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I got this book because I've been watching her Instagram, and she makes these sweaters, these Icelandic sweaters.
Her being
Couldn't even tell you.
Linka Newman.
Okay.
that person.
And she always has pictures on Instagram of her and her huskies, and they're just gorgeous. Will I ever knit one? Probably not because timing of it, but the book itself is just gorgeous.
Yes.
Wow.
So I also got in the mail.
I live vicariously through these
Yeah.
things. Oh,
So
wow.
I'm a member of Fangirl Fibers' Star Wars Club.
Missed that boat, didn't I?
So these are the two that you haven't seen. This one is Sand People. Sand People? It's very fitting because it's brown.
Okay. And girls?
And this one is You're My Only Hope.
Oh my gosh.
It's such a pretty blue.
It is.
And then,
You're my only hope, Obi-Wan.
Help me, Obi-Wan
Help me,
Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
You're my only hope. Or is it you're our only hope?
You Are Our Only Hope.
Yes.
And then Heidi and Lana had the, what was it, coffee
Yeah.
shop update. And so I ordered, and it came in the mail today, so I haven't even seen this yet. I ordered the mini skis.
Oh, wow.
They're so pretty.
Oh my gosh.
It's like an
Crinkle,
unboxing.
crinkle.
The cats are gonna come thinking you're opening something from the
yeah.
fridge.
They're so cool. So this is called Coffee Shop. 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon.
That would go here, Sand People and...
Oh, it's gorgeous.
me, Obi-Wan.
I love it. And I ordered some stitch markers too.
And these are from Heidi and Lana.
So I'm gonna hop on her trail, or her bandwagon. This was the other yarn that came with that, and that's called Cappuccino. So I didn't do the minis, I just got the full skein
full
of
skein?
Cappuccino.
Oh, then you could steal her minis.
Yeah, they could totally go together.
The other way around, I'll steal the full skein.
Now, which stitch marker did you get?
Oh, she has a set.
I got the set. So, there's
Pretty.
so cute.
You could tell how much Darcy likes something by how high her voice goes.
I hooked them together. So I got the coffee cup.
I got the coffee cup
Hey,
and the coffee
these are
bean.
my acquisitions. I got,
Wait.
hey.
Crud.
Okay, it's like a little Starbucks mug.
Oh, they're so pretty.
Can I get that to
like the
focus?
full skein.
Yes.
Yes.
Colors are
That's
By the
amazing.
time I got online at 10:30, the coffee cup was sold out.
And a lot of things are sold out.
And so were the minis.
The minis were sold out, and so of course I commented on the post when she posted that she placed an order and got it.
Girl, don't do it. I did it.
Yes.
I did it.
So then I instantly went into
She
the
instantly
shop.
had FOMO.
I had FOMO. Well, I had FOMO the moment she started posting it, but then she was able to click the button faster than I was. And
was
by the
waiting
time I got to
9:59.
it, things were sold out.
Yeah.
And so I made a comment on the Facebook page of everything was sold out with like the crying emoji. And she's like, I just placed in their pre-order. I'm like, click sold. So I got it on the pre-order. Thanks, Margaret.
Yeah, Margaret's pretty fantastic. Except
So-
I whenever I see shop update, I'm like, nope, scroll.
scroll.
I can't look. I can't look. Oh my
I
goodness.
love it. And her stitch markers are by far my favorite. Because they
They're
don't
nice
snag,
size.
they're the perfect size, and they're fancy.
Yeah. It's like little jewelry.
They are.
And they're not heavy. They don't weigh down your needle.
Yeah.
Whereas that coffee cup might, but it's more of
So
a progress
yeah.
keeper.
You just use that as a beginning of round marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right side. Right
So
side.
that's what I got. That was it.
well,
We all did pretty well. I
That
think.
was part of mine. Now,
Uh-oh, we're not done.
I got a Harris tweed from Woolly Thistle. Yes. So it's supposed to be a project bag, but I
it.
kind of turned it into my Notion bag. And
Yeah,
of course I
like
hung
I
my
have
Death
one.
Star off
Yeah.
of the zipper. And I just put all my tags in there, but yeah, I guess it could have been a project bag. Oh, and wait a minute, is your Baby Yoda lip gloss in there? But yeah, so I wanted.
And where? Their website?
The Woolly Thistle.
Woolly Thistle. Okay,
Woolly
yes,
Thistle
yes.
had them, and they were like in teal and purple, and there was a tweedy one, and I don't know, I liked the orange. I was drawn to the orange, and
I like the orange, too.
Yeah, and
Ooh,
this
I have that one too.
and this little pin here.
Yes, came from the store that you snuck into.
Yes, I did down in Covington. It's,
how was it?
What is it called? The
Studio.
Stitch Yarn Studio. It's in Covington, Kentucky, and really super nice place. Had lots of Lopi, and so I bought some. I didn't bring it with me, but I bought some Lopi to do a cardigan called Day Tripper. but I was kind of limited in how much stuff I could take, so I didn't bring that with me today.
Well, tell them why you were limited in how much stuff you could bring.
I got an early birthday present. My hubby traded in the old motorcycle for a new Honda 500 Rebel, which is a Star Wars thing because it totally looks like a stormtrooper. It's white, and I got a white helmet, but I named it Finn for the good stormtrooper. So you would
She didn't
think-
want to be an evil
No,
stormtrooper.
didn't want to be an evil stormtrooper. So she gets yarn about a stormtrooper. I'm just gonna have to take it from her.
No.
Or you just have to let me know so I can then go on and buy
Okay,
that
we could
stain.
trade. You can give
Oh,
me
the
the coffee
cappuccino.
one,
Yeah.
and then I
Might have to do that.
That sounds like a good deal on your
That
part.
might be,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then how about you? Any acquisition?
No,
You've got
this
your-
is.
Oh, wait a minute, Jen. I have not seen that bag.
Oh, well, this is the Secret Stitch Society. Yeah. So I guess after one of their gatherings, they had some left over. So I had severe FOMO because I didn't make it to the gathering.
Oh, okay.
And bought this. And then they have another gathering come up and have plans for that. So hopefully I'll get to go to a gathering. But Allison and I went down
Yeah,
to
we went down for a pop-up.
pop-up. That's what it was called.
It was just basically a knit together,
Yeah.
but Kim had a couple surprises
Yeah.
for people.
I won
Of course she
blocking
won.
mats.
Of course you did.
She always wins.
But yes, if you look up Secret Stitch Society, they have some Zoom nights, they have pop-ups which support local businesses. So what they do is they find some local restaurants and ask them what their slowest day is. And then they
Okay.
book a space and then we go down and we have dinner together and knit and just talk. So
Okay.
it was a good time.
It was nice.
Yeah. So now we are off to go and plan some more adventures so that we can get out there and see some great yarn shops, meet some dyers, meet some designers. Who knows who we will meet along the way.
Or where
So
we'll
we do
go.
know where we are going next.
Yes, we do. Where are we going next? To the Great Lakes Fiber Festival. I was
Yeah, I
gonna
can
say
never
show
remember
or
the name.
festival.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
this one's
show.
in Worcester.
So it's
Yeah.
down
It's
in
in
Worcester,
Worcester.
and it's
Okay.
like 3 or 4 barns worth of vendors, not only for knitting but for spinning and
And there are a couple
everything
yarn
some
fiber.
odd things
Yeah.
like baskets and you know
Yeah.
some.
And they have a couple yarn trucks. Yarnbyrds usually is there.
Yeah, and you could see shearing exhibits. That was hard to say. I'm having a little trouble today. So
I think
Yeah.
leading men are sometimes there.
they were there last year.
Yeah.
Gwen Aaron is usually there.
Sometimes destinations there.
Sometimes.
Briar Rose is there.
Yeah.
So, and hopefully some new, and we'll get to see.
Hopefully Tufts will be there because
Right.
I bought like 3 bars of soap
Yes, I
before
really need
COVID
some more
and I'm
soap.
like down. I'm like, I need wool wash.
I want to actually like smell
Yeah.
them before I purchase
So I hope they
online.
make
so
it
I
this
hope
year.
she comes.
So that's Labor Day weekend. I mean Memorial
Memorial
Day.
Day.
weekend.
Don't give up my summer yet. Oh my goodness.
All right.
But other than
So,
that,
thanks for watching, and I guess we should have said this at the beginning. Welcome any new watchers. We're glad to have you on board. Feel free to comment below and
ask your questions. Yeah.
You can join our Facebook group if you want to show off your completed objects and show us your whips and
Yeah.
share.
We're on Ravelry as well, but not as prevalent.
I was gonna say I don't check that one
And
very
we're on
often.
Instagram too, but again, we're mostly in
Mostly
group.
Facebook, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So please like and subscribe and tell your friends and hope to see you around. So if you ever see us somewhere, come on up and chat with us.
Say hi.
So,
All right, till next time.
Happy knitting.
Bye.
Bye.